Today we're going to look at Bizarre Adventures number 25. Bizarre Adventures was a magazine published by Marvel Magazine Group back in the early 80s. It allowed Marvel to do more experimental type of storytelling, more adult type of storytelling that kind of circumvented the Comics Code Authority. So they can, creators could tell more stories that are adult theme in nature with the characters of Marvel. This featured, different characters. I'll do another one where it had Elektra. It was a great Frank Miller story. This one I'm going to look at today is the Black Widow story done by Ralph Macchio and Paul Gulacy. Now, when you look at this cover, it's fantastic. As a kid going through the comic shop, this, for obvious reasons, stopped me in my tracks. Just a beautiful cover by Paul Gulacy. It looks almost like a cover for a paperback, blown up for a magazine. Just beautiful work. Anyhow, so let's go through this. By the way, I'm not going to go through the Chris Claremont stories. Just side note, I'm not a big fan of Chris Claremont as a writer. I think he just writes too many words. And, well, that's a story for another day. Anyway. Got a beautiful drawing by Paul Gulacy of Black Widow. You got a great Michael Golden drawing here of Lady Damon. So again, as I mentioned, these are more kind of adult themed stories. This is almost, I would say, if they made a James Bond type movie with Black Widow, this is what you would get. These first couple of pages have a lot of tension in them. Paul's work is just amazing in this. Now, he uses photo reference. I don't really give a shit, honestly. I used to be an illustrator, and a lot of illustrators use photo reference. And at the end of the day, how's he telling the story? And that's all that matters to me. So he can use as much photo reference as he wants. I don't really care. So anyway, again, a great sequence here. And then we get to Black Widow, who I guess is hungover in her apartment. Get a little bit of a little Steranko action going here, like that. Again, just beautiful artwork here by Mr. Gulacy. As a kid looking through this was pretty cool. We got Michael Caine over here. A lot of call-outs to actors in this. I'm not sure who he used for as a reference for Black Widow. I'll have to do some more digging in that one. Just beautiful work on the train here as well. Just gives it a very kind of realistic, down-to-earth kind of feel. It feels like a spy adventure. It doesn't feel like a superhero adventure. Again, really just beautiful panel over here. As a kid, I really like this panel also, where she's getting pulled in through the door. Got Michael Caine back again. Just love the lighting here as well. Very film noirish. The black and white fits this story perfectly, I think. This is another great panel I remember from when I was a kid. I haven't looked through this book in a while, so kind of looking at it right now brings back some memories. This was also just, again, two great panels, I remember. Good action sequences here. I love this type of thing where you have one background and the figure is kind of going through it, and almost kind of like a timeline type thing. Kind of shows you how quick the action's moving. It's really good stuff. This is, again, small panel, but really cool panel. You got Widow and shadow casting on the bricks. Really nice. You got Humphrey Bogart. Michael Caine and Humphrey Bogart. What a combination. All right, this panel here, man, I tell you, as a kid, I tried to mimic this growing up. It's just such a beautiful portrait of a Black Widow. From the lighting to how he illustrated it, the hair, everything is just like fantastic on this book. So anyway, that concludes the Black Widow part. And then we have this, which I'm not going to go over, is the Chris Claremont, Michael Golden story. Honestly, the kind of wasted Michael Golden's work on this. Like, you just look at the amount of writing Claremont does. It's just don't need it. Just not my cup of tea. Anyway, let's go back here again. Anyhow, so that is Black Widow. It's the story is in Bizarre Adventures number 25. Try to run down this, either the magazine. I have this in a collected book form. I don't think it has the impact that the magazine does. So try to run down this magazine if you can. Just beautiful work by Paul Gulacy. All right, bye-bye. This episode is brought to you by X53 Studios, home of Arachna and Ghost, Hawk, and Falconet. Also coming soon, The Vindicators. Be sure to pick up Arachna 1, Arachna 2, and Ghost, Hawk, and Falconet at the X53 Studios web store. For a limited time, get this gorgeous Kumo 5x7 print with your order. And this will be available until supplies last. Thank you for your support in our books. If you haven't checked out X53 Studios, please check us out. We are an indie comics publisher. The goal of the comics is to create fun comics that are from the heart and not corporate checkboxes. So check us out, and thanks for watching.